What's going on, ladies and germs? Pete back at you once again, and I've noticed an influx of new players in Fortnite Save the World recently, and with the possibility of the game being free to play to all soon, I thought I'd make this video to drop some knowledge bombs for all you newbie players out there. But don't feel bad, because we all had to start somewhere. Before we get started, I have a disclaimer for you guys. I am by no means an expert or anything, but I am someone that has been playing this game for a little over a year now, so I like to think I know a few things, but I am still susceptible to mistakes here and there, so please keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to be calling these tips Rules of Fortnite for giggles and farts, in reference to a awesome zombie movie that was released a few years back that never got a sequel. So, without any further ado, here we go.
STW rule number 1.
Don't overlevel your schematics until you have a surplus of crafting materials. Now, when you're new to the game and you finally get that first schematic that's halfway decent, you know, with perks that you like, you're probably going to be all like, oh yeah, this gun is legit, I'm gonna level this all the way up and up my DPS. Well, you actually don't want to do that, because this game has what I like to call a threshold system, and that threshold occurs at every 10 levels. Now, everything that you can level up in this game has that threshold system, and when you reach it, you are required to evolve it in order to level it up further. However, weapons and trap schematics works a little bit differently. When you evolve them, damage and other stats will go up as well, but so will the crafting materials required. So just to give you guys an example, what you guys are seeing on screen right now is a Tier 1 Epic Razor Wire Assault Rifle. The reason you can tell it's a Tier 1 is because of the 1 star that it has, and also it's level 1. Now at Tier 1, in order to craft this weapon, you need 12 blast powders, 24 rusty lady parts, 3 rotating gizmos, and 3 copper ores. These are what I like to call Tier 1 crafting materials. If you look at them in your inventory, they will have the corresponding 1 star rating. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a Tier 2 epic weapon. So as you can see here, this is a Tier 2 Bullet Swarm at level 20 with a 2-star rating. Still uses blast powder and rotating gizmo, but now it requires a Tier 2 simple mechanical parts and silver ore instead of copper. So this is what I mean by don't over level. If you evolve your weapon to a Tier 2 and you haven't built up enough Tier 2 materials such as silver and simple mechanical parts, you are effectively screwing yourself in the A. Because now you can't craft these weapons and your DPS will go down to 0. But don't feel bad if this has already happened to you. It certainly happened to me. Quite simply, the game doesn't do a good job explaining this part of the game to us as a player. And, you know, maybe in the future that will change, but for now, that's why I'm here, right?
STW rule number 2.
Change matchmaking regions based on when you play the game.
Okay, so this one's more of a recent addition. Now, if you're tired of playing with yourself, and you need others to help you with defense missions and whatnot, and you can't find any, you might want to consider changing your matchmaking regions. So what you want to do is go into your options setting and scroll down to matchmaking region. Now by default this is set to auto, and for the most part it works, but you know, sometimes if you're playing late at night, you know, at 3 AM or whatever, and you need to find other players, you might want to try switching your region to a different part of the coast, or, you know, in some cases, different part of the world. Now, you will get significantly more lag in some cases, but, I mean, come on, let's be honest. You're gonna get lag, you know, playing by yourself anyways.
STW rule number 3.
Unlock Adrenaline Rush as soon as possible.
Okay, so this one is very self-explanatory, but it is very important. Because aside from healing pads and cozy campfires and a few hero abilities, this is the only way to heal yourself. And if you're low health in the middle of a, you know, zombie horde, and you can't heal yourself, well then you might as well just bend over and kiss ass goodbye. So if you're just starting out and you have a bunch of skill points, you don't know where to put it, you know, prioritize on Adrenaline Rush and make sure you equip it, and you should be good to go.
STW rule number 4.
Use abilities to avoid fall damage.
All you veterans out there should know this by now, but for all you newbie players, most of the classes in this game has an ability that you can use to avoid fall damage. And I'm going to show you all the ones that I know of one by one, starting with none other than the Ninja, aka the Assassin. The reason why I'm starting out with the Ninja is because every ninja in this game features a skill called Mantle Leap, commonly referred to as Double Jump. Mantle Leap allows the ninja to perform an additional jump whilst airborne at the cost of some stamina. Alright, right now I'm going to show you the correct and incorrect way of double jumping to avoid fall damage. The key to avoid fall damage with abilities is timing. If you double jump too early or too late, you'll, snap your ankles and have a very bad day. However, with patch 3.5, that window is more lenient now, so thank you Epic Games for that awesome patch. Now, I'm going to show you what happens if you double jump too early.
Not good.
Not good indeed. Now, this is what you should be doing.
Ninja to the beat, y'all!
For the next class we're going to be looking at is the Outlander. Now, I'm going to be using Pathfinder Jest, but basically any Outlander with the phase shift ability can avoid fall damage. Sorry, Reclaimer. So, phase shift, aka Bum Rush. What this does is, at the cost of some stamina and a teleport charge, which recharges over time, it allows the Outlander to dash forward in a 1.5 tower range, and it also has a slight glide effect. So, like the Mantle Leap for the ninjas, if you time this just right, you can avoid fall damage. So, once again, I'm going to be showing you the correct and incorrect way of doing it. First up is the incorrect way.
Bullets.
And this is what happens if you time it right.
Give me a minute. One woman dance party.
Next up is the Soldier, aka the Meta. If you're not playing as this class in late game, then you're probably doing it wrong. Now, like the Outlanders, not every hero in the Soldier subclass can avoid fall damage. The only ones that could do this is the one that has the Shockwave ability. When you activate Shockwave, it launches the Soldier into the air, and he or she will perform a ground pound at the cost of some stamina. And like Phase Shift and Mantle Leap, if you time this just right, you can avoid fall damage. So once more, I'm going to show you the correct and incorrect way of doing it, and again, incorrect way is up first.
I'm still the best.
Now, sadly, there is no ability, that I know of anyways, for the Constructor to avoid fall damage. They do have a great set of Badunkadunk. However, it does not protect them from fall damage, as you can see here. Still, that ass though.
STW rule number 5.
Recon the edge of the map.
Now, if you're hurting for bronze, silver, malachi, shadow shards, or whatever, it is always a good idea to search the edge of the map, because that is typically where they like to spawn. Please keep in mind though that you are still at the mercy of RNG, and sometimes they just won't spawn. But like I said, they typically like to spawn at the edge, so I'm going to speed up the rest of the video so you can, kind of get the sense of how I, search for these ores.
This target's a tricky one. Keep searching.
STW rule number 6.
Farm mats with work ability.
While we're on the subject of farming, if you're gonna farm, do it right. And the first rule of farming is you do not talk about farming. Just kidding. You'll want to play as the Outlander and not talk about farming. Second rule of farming, you'll want to select an Outlander that has the work ability. Now, most Outlanders have the ability called In the Zone, And what this does is when you get 5 consecutive hits with your pickaxe, you enter a power-up state called In the Zone. And some Outlanders, like Pathfinder Jess, have perks that complements this, like Work. And what this ability does is it increases your damage with the pickaxe to pretty much everything in the world, so basically you can mine stuff faster. Now, she's not the only Outlander with these 2 perks, but in my opinion, if you're gonna farm, she is definitely the best Outlander to do so. Now, right now I'm gonna switch to some gameplay to show you just how effective Pathfinder Jess is at gathering materials. First things first, you're gonna make sure you have your pickaxe equipped and go ahead and hit anything in the world 5 times to enter in the zone. Once you're in the zone, you will have this glittering effect around your Outlander. And if you have the work ability to complement that, it now means you do significantly more damage to everything in the world, including llamas. And if you have these 2 perks, you are one of the few Outlanders that can solo a loot llama. Now, another ability that Pathfinder Jess has is called Keen Eye. And this further complements In the Zone and Work. What this ability does is when the Outlander reaches In the Zone, it will allow them to see loot through walls, as well as their rarity. As you guys can see right now on the screen, there's some purple cloud through that wall. It means that there is a purple chest just on the other side of that wall. One thing to note though, if you switch to a weapon, you will lose the In the Zone power-up. So if you want to see loot through walls or do more damage to environments, you'll have to hit something with your pickaxe 5 more times in order to reach In the Zone once again. Truth be told, I was tempted to name this rule, use Pathfinder Jess to farm mats. But realistically speaking, not everybody has Pathfinder Jess. So if you're farming for materials and loot, just make sure you're playing as an Outlander that has In the Zone and Work.
STW rule number 7.
Don't put stuff in the collection book.
When you're tired, drunk, not paying attention, etc. So, it is not a good idea to put stuff in the collection book in the first place anyways, because most of the rewards are dookie. But once you're later on in the game and you have a lot of schematics that you don't know what to do with, you might as well put them in because you do get some llamas every now and again, but, you know, once again, most of them is poop. What you definitely don't want to do is put stuff in the collection book when you're tired, drunk, or just plain not paying attention. Because if you do, this is what happens. You put a motherfudging god roll weapon in there, and now it's in the book forever, you can't take it out, and you're like cuckoo, who is screwed. I mistakenly put this weapon in the book the other night when I was tired, drunk, and not paying attention. So, yeah.
STW rule number 8.
Don't be afraid to recycle your schematics.
If you ever find yourself in a situation where you dumped a lot of resources and experience into a weapon or trap schematic, and you end up finding a better one, don't be afraid to recycle it if you don't feel like putting it in the collection book. You see, whenever you recycle an item, or hero for that matter, you will receive a good portion of the materials as well as the experience that you spent on it. Now, I'm not sure exactly how much you get back, but it is somewhere around the range of 90%. So let's say hypothetically you have a tsunami sniper rifle that has okay rolls on it that you've already dumped a bunch of, drops of rain and XP on it, and then you end up finding a better one from a llama. You know, you can always recycle the crappier one and then dump all the XP and resources into the new one. So don't be afraid to recycle your stuff if you need the XP.
STW rule number 9.
Equip the right squad bonus.
Now, in your main heroes tab, right next to your primary heroes, you have 2 squad bonus slots. The one on the left is support squad bonus, and the one on the right is tactical squad bonus. Every hero in this game has at least one or the other, and some even has both. On top of that, some heroes' bonus abilities are unlocked by default, while others require you to level them up. If you look at their skill tree under bonuses, it will tell you their requirements. So whenever you're selecting the squad bonuses, make sure that it's highlighted yellow and not grayed out. If it is, it means it's either not unlocked or it's not in the right slot. So please keep that in mind.
STW rule number 10.
Don't be a f***ing leech.
What does that mean? It means when others are doing the objectives, don't just sit there and do this. This. Or this. I've seen them all, and trust me, this is the fastest way to kill a game. I literally took 3 months off from playing this game because I kept on running into AFK leechers. Have some respect for yourselves and others by not pulling this kind of cabbage in public games. And that about wraps it up for this edition of Rules of Fortnite, a beginner's guide for Save the World. Now, obviously I didn't cover everything because frankly there's just too much to cover. I might do a part 2 of this, So if you're a veteran player like myself and have some useful tips you would like to share with new players, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best. Anyways, I hope some of you have found this video helpful. If it did, please hit that like button to let me know. This took a lot of effort to put together. And as always, until next time, you guys take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side.